Hi Aquarius, welcome to your May 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, I'm actually going to be taking a bit of a break from those, but keep an eye out on the community section of the channel where I'll make an update if I start to open them up anytime soon, or worst case, by the time I do the June videos, I have an update for you guys there. As far as what we have in front of us, we have what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. And once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And keep in mind, it's a general reading, so if you feel more like the cards on this side represent their energy and the cards on this side represent yours, then trust that as well. But I will be referring to these cards as your energy and these cards as theirs. Alright? So with all that out of the way, past position on your side, we have the Six of Cups. So this is actually Scorpio energy here, and what this could even be pointing to is maybe around the time of the Scorpio full moon that we had recently. You might have been reminiscing over your connection with this person. For the majority of you, I don't think that's an actual, physical thing that took place. I really feel like it's more something that was on your mind. But for some of you, this can just say that you might have had contact with this person recently as well. And again, if it's around a timeline, I would say that'd be the most likely time, maybe around that Scorpio full moon. Might have been when you heard from this person. But yeah, at the very least, it looks like there are some thoughts around reconciling if you guys actually haven't physically done it yet. Past energy on their side is the Magician. So this is actually, to me, it points to that they might have actually manifested this. So if it was actually something that physically took place between the two of you, they might have been the ones who actually initiated contact. Or this can just be saying that they actually might have manifested it with their energy. Present position on your side, we have Fortune, which is the equivalent to the Wheel of Fortune. Two of Coins, which is the equivalent to the Two of Pentacles. And Tradition, which is the equivalent to the Hierophant card. So what this could be saying here, especially since you guys have Jupiter moving through your 12th house, this card represents Jupiter energy, could just be saying that maybe you've been getting a lot of signs and signals about this person. So for example, maybe you've been hearing songs about them, or songs on radio that reminded you of them, rather. Possibly even within your dreams too, you might have been dreaming about this person, and maybe that has you considering whether or not you actually do want to contact them or not. That's why I feel like for the majority of you, this wasn't a physical reconciliation, but more you start thinking about the person. And here, with this energy, I always point out with this artwork in particular, this makes me think of hot and cold energy, because we see the one heart in the pentacle there is red, and then the other one looks like it's grayed out. So that makes me think of the hot, cold energy. So that could be you weighing the pros and cons and really considering, do you see yourself getting back into a connection with this person? And then with Tradition, it looks like if that's the case, it would be a pretty serious commitment. So that could be what you're weighing, as far as, okay, do I really want to go and lock down a really long-term serious connection with this person? So I feel like that's what you might be thinking about right now. Present energy on their side, we have the Lovers, and we have the Emperor. So a lot of major arcana on their side, which is interesting. So this, could just be saying that this is definitely a pretty big karmic thing that you guys have going with this person. But with the Lovers, this could just be pointing to the fact that there's a lot of energy in Gemini right now. We have Venus there. Later on in May, we're actually going to have Mercury there as well, and then obviously the Sun. But yeah, given that Gemini energy for you guys represents your 5th house of creativity and romance, this could just be saying that, that's the energy that they're bringing around. But with the Emperor, well, given that this is the major arcana card for Aries, and that's your house of communication, could just be saying that there's a lot of communication between the two of you as to whether you actually, want to be in a relationship or not. And then with the Emperor, though, it could be one of those things where you might feel like they're coming across like they want everything done their way, so you might feel like they're a bit um, demanding and controlling, and obviously we know that that isn't the type of energy that will work very well for most Aquarius people, so maybe that's the issue there that has you really weighing the pros and cons, like, yeah, do I really want to do this or not? But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. And I do have to say, we also have Mars in your sign too, so it could even be pointing to that fact. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Nine of Staves. So to me, this represents that you're going to be pretty guarded with your energy. This could just be saying that maybe you're still taking more time to think about, do you want to actually pursue a long-term commitment with this person? Like I said, for the majority of you, I feel like this is someone you've been with before, or at the very least, there might have been discussions about being together in the past, and then maybe it just didn't work out because of timing or something along those lines. But I definitely feel like this is a person that's been in the picture in one way, shape, or form for you guys for a while. But yeah, with this Nine of Staves energy here, I see this as you guys having your guards up and maybe not being quite ready to make a decision or take action yet. And then with the future energy on their side, which I cannot pick up, there we go. We have the High Priestess. So this is actually a very intuitive energy, and this can represent that they might stop communicating with you for a bit too. So this could just be them withdrawing for a little bit and really trying to rely on their intuition to see where your head is at. Because again, it looks like you really are weighing the pros and cons here in the present. And then it could be one of those things where maybe even them withdrawing might confuse you. So it could go either way. Either you're the one who has your guard up and they're trying to feel out, okay, well, what's going through Aquarius's mind, or it could be the other way around. If they withdraw, that might be what confuses you, because you're like, okay, 1 minute they're in, the next they're out. So that could be what's at play there. And this is Pisces energy here too, I should point out. So, could just be saying you have a lot going on in your 12th house for one, but maybe this is saying that you just might have a little bit of difficulty trusting them as well. All right, bottom of the deck energies on your side, we have the Three of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here. And this could just be saying that you're waiting on communication. So for some of you, it actually might be you who does reach out first. Because usually, this is referred to as waiting for your ships to come in energy. So maybe you guys, maybe possibly even around the time of that full moon in Scorpio, you might have been the ones that tried to reach out to them. And maybe they might have come on a bit too strong. And then maybe that's what has you considering, do I really want to be in a long-term commitment with them or not, So, or for example, maybe you're looking at the real light side of the energy between the two of you, and then when they come back in the picture, you might start to remember some things about them that might have annoyed you a little bit, so that might have you reconsidering. But it does look like there is potential here, but it looks like you're definitely going to leave the month feeling pretty guarded for some reason. And it could be because of the fact that we'll have Venus retrograde in Gemini, which is your 5th house 11 romance, so that might have you, a little bit confused about which way to go in that area of life. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Five of Wands. So this is Leo energy here, which does represent your opposite sign. But usually when I see this card in this deck in particular, now normally with the traditional tarot, it looks like it points to competition, right? Usually sometimes playful, but, can go a bit too far sometimes. But with this deck in particular, this can actually be saying that what might have derailed things for you guys in the past might have been some rumors. So, someone might have told them that they saw you doing something, and then maybe it turned out it wasn't true, because maybe that person had their own ulterior motives for saying that. So that could be how this situation might have played out for some of you in the past. And for others of you, it can just be saying that they're coming in really, trying to compete for your attention now with the Five of Wands energy too, so it could play out that way as well. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of reading from me before, I actually did pre-shuffle this deck before I started recording. What I do with this deck is I'm actually just looking for some jumpers. So first I'm looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if we shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I just take that as a sign to keep moving to the next oracle deck. Alright, so like I said, first we'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them. Almost had one there. Okay, nothing coming up yet, but I'll give a few more shuffles. Okay, nothing there. So next we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from them to you. Okay, nothing coming up here either, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. Okay, nothing there, so we'll move on to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And same situation here, I did pre-shuffle this deck, and here I'm just looking for one card, and then we'll wrap up. Almost have one there. And let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. We have Serendipity. There's the artwork, and the number is 18. Okay, it says opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. The Oracle's message: you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and a collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected, and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. So your fortune becomes everyone's fortune was interesting to me, because that is the first card you guys have in the position of the present. So this could just be saying that luck is just turning around for you guys in a positive way in multiple areas of life, not necessarily just around this love relationship. But the actual relationship message itself says Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So definitely an interesting message there as well, as far as when it says pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Another thing I was seeing with that fortune card was that I felt like I was saying, that maybe there's some music, or maybe even in your dream world you might be thinking about this person again. So that's the case, that might just be saying that it is a sign for you actually to reach out to them, and maybe you guys can get things back on track. But I will say, it looks like in the future, for whatever reason, you're going to be guarded, and then they're going to kind of withdraw for a bit. But um, so maybe it's even just a temporary thing as far as karmic, like especially with the Venus retrograde energy. Maybe it's some kind of closure you guys have to get, or maybe it'll work out for you guys as well in some cases. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.